into Dushanbe International Airport, the biggest and most important airport in Tajikistan. It's one terminal and it serves about, well, it's built to serve about 1.5 million passengers a year. So it's kind of like Southampton Airport. So Tajikistan really needs to up its game. Apparently there's plans to build a new one further away from the city. This is actually really close to the city. According to my guidebook, Brat guidebook, you can actually walk from here into the city centre quite easily, and wasn't that far. It's about a 10 or 15 minute taxi ride for me. Not too much traffic, so yeah, it is right on the edge of the city. So it's, as I say, it's quite small. I don't know what's going to be airside in terms of food, but I haven't had any breakfast yet. It's about 7:30, 7:35 at the moment. Check-in for my flight's not till 8 o'clock, so I've got a little bit of time to wander around. Unfortunately, with Uzbekistan Airways, I wasn't able to do online check-in. That's because they only offer that from certain airports, and Dushanbe Airport isn't one of them, so I've got to go through the whole process of queuing up and doing the usual stuff. So that's what it is. Alright, I'm just going to hang around for a little bit, and as soon as the clock hits 8 o'clock, I'm going to be straight in there and getting myself checked in. So right now I am airside at Dushanbe International Airport, and it's a very small airport. I'm in the cafe, the Sky Cafe, and right behind me are the gates. They're literally just, I think there's only 6 gates in this airport, which is really tiny. There's duty free over there, as you would expect, but not much else. I've got something to eat. I've got a coffee, I've got a chocolate filled croissant and a pastry of some sort with meat in. I don't know what it is. I'm going to try it. So actually the check-in process was really fantastically straightforward. I got here, went into the check-in area. Some guy asked me, he couldn't speak English. I told him I'll go to Tashkent. He said, no. Didn't know what that meant. It was still on the board, but the board wasn't scrolling through languages, so I didn't know what he was saying. I was worried that maybe the flight had been cancelled. But I found the information desk, and they said it was check-in at 8 o'clock, and it was 7:30 at the time, so absolutely fine. But then wonderfully, 7:45, check-in was open. They actually opened check-in 15 minutes early, so I hope people at Heathrow and Gatwick take note of that, and all the other airports. You can open check-in early, as opposed to usually late. I found one in our glorious, wonderful big airports. So check-in was opened early, and it took about just a couple of minutes. No issues, no problems. Fantastic. Going through security, straightforward, no problems. Yeah, it's been actually really nice, easy, pleasant experience. So from here, I'm going to be flying to Tashkent, which is going to be a 1 hour flight, so no issues. It's going to be a 3 hour layover, so nice and easy. Get some lunch, do a bit of work, and then I can't remember how long it is to Bishkek. I think it's about 2 hours, something like that. But we'll see. We'll get there and we'll see how it goes. So looking forward to this. I just landed in Tashkent. I'm back in the terminal where I was a couple of days ago, and fantastically the Wi-Fi password that I was using to access Wi-Fi hasn't been changed, so I've got access to good Wi-Fi here, and I don't have to go through all the free Wi-Fi ones they have where you have to send your phone number, but they seem to restrict it to a local phone number, which is a pain in the backside. So I'm online and I am trying some local cuisine. Well, I say local cuisine. This is an Uzbek answer to sausage and chips. So this is going to be my lunch, which may not be the best thing to have for lunch because of my stomach, but my stomach's still being okay. So let's have a look, see what this is like. Very comfortable 45-minute taxi ride from the airport, I was at my hostel. It is in a residential area about 6 kilometers south of the city centre. It's called Tunduk and it was one of the highest rated on Hostel World. So first of all, you have to get in through these big iron doors, very strong keypad entry, so very safe, very secure. People aren't going to be able to just get in willy-nilly. Inside it's a shoes off culture around here as normal, so there's plenty of storage space for the shoes. There's actually more than just this little shelving unit here. You're actually in sort of the front courtyard, the garage, and walking through you come into the main reception area. As is normal in this part of the world, the floor is covered in a very attractive carpet, something they're very proud of here. This is one of the best reception areas I've ever seen in a hostel. It's very clean, very well maintained. Lots of information about activities and places to go. Lots of maps. This fantastic curving the staircase going up to the first floor actually leads to a gallery lounge area, which also has a big screen TV. There's some DVDs there and some streaming. This little area got 2 private rooms. I had a private room. It was a 2-bedroom. I had it all to myself. Nice, comfortable size. Very comfortable beds. Big and long, which is exactly the kind of beds I need. Nice big desk. View outside of the neighbours. Nothing much to see really, but that's not a big deal. Fully air conditioned and it worked really well. And just outside my room is the bathroom. It's very small, but it doesn't need to be that big. So very well maintained, very well fitted. Everything's looks modern, looks new. I say very clean, very well looked after. And this is the massive garden of the hostel, which has a little covered decking area, seating and table, and a wonderful swimming pool. Just something you don't really get that much in hostels. There's another courtyard with a tennis table, and some hangers for drying laundry, and a yurt in the garden, which is another dormitory. There's this seating area outside with a punch bag for exercise, obviously used for dining, relaxing, and some people will even use it to sleep at night if the weather was particularly hot. And then we have the kitchen and dining area, so it's in two parts. There's the dining area, which is actually quite small and cosy. Looks a bit dated, but that's kind of got a bit of character to it. And then there's the kitchen itself, which is all mod cons, very modern, very clean, very well maintained. So that's the end of my stay in Bishkek and at the Tunduk Hostel. This hostel is absolutely fantastic. The room I had was really good size, really good air conditioning, comfortable bed, clean, well maintained. Really good shower, although the water pressure was a bit low, but that's not a big deal. The garden, as you've seen, is magnificent. The pool is just a dream. I managed to get some shorts, so I was able to use the pool for a bit, although the weather had turned by then, so I didn't really get the full use of it, but it was still great. So definitely, if you come to this part of the world, come to Kyrgyzstan, definitely try the Tunduk Hotel. As I say, it's a little bit far from the city centre, but the taxis are cheap, so it's not a big deal. So now I'm just going to get a taxi and head up to the bus station outside the city centre, and on my way to Almaty. So let's see you in the next video.